Before we start, I have a question for you all. Think carefully before you answer. How good or bad do you think you are? Rate yourself from 1 to 10. Now, whatever rating you gave yourself, what if I told you that you're capable of much more than you think? Don't believe me? Let me prove my point. There was a 25-year-old man, let's call him Nick. He was caught carrying a large suitcase. When the police opened it, they were shocked. Inside was the dead body of his mother. After interrogation, it was revealed that Nick had an argument with his mom. Want to know why? Because she refused to give him $50,000. Shocking, right? But here's something even more disturbing. Imagine a maid being physically abused, forced to lick urine off the floor and clean toilets with her tongue. She endured this for years. If that's not enough, let me take you further back in time. Look at these pictures. This is a zoo, but not just any zoo. The difference? Instead of animals, humans were kept behind bars for entertainment. Yes, during the 19th century in Europe, human zoos were real. People of different races, Africans, Native Americans, Japanese, were caged and displayed. Now, do you know what's common in all three cases I just told you? The criminals involved, Nick, the abusive household, and the human zoo organizers were all ordinary people. Just like you and me, they weren't serial offenders. They didn't have mental disorders. They were normal individuals. Research shows that only 8% of male prisoners and 2% of female prisoners are psychopaths. The rest, just regular people. This means that within each of us lies a monster waiting for the right conditions to emerge. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to keep that monster under control. And if you don't watch until the end, well, no one can stop you from walking down the wrong path. So, what triggers this hidden monster to come out? What turns an ordinary person into a criminal? Let me tell you about an experiment that shocked the world. In fact, this experiment faced so much backlash that it was never repeated. But it taught us a lot about human psychology. It happened on August 17, 1971, at Stanford University. Professor Philip Zimbardo wanted to understand how good people can turn bad. He selected 24 regular, male college students and randomly assigned them roles. Some became prisoners, and others became guards. The experiment was supposed to last 15 days. But guess what? It was terminated in just 6 days. Why? Let's break it down. On day 1, everything seemed fine. The prisoners and guards laughed and joked together. But by day 2, things escalated. The guards began asserting their authority. They created strict rules and psychologically tortured the prisoners. One prisoner had such a severe breakdown that he had to be removed from the experiment within 36 hours. By day 3, guards started denying food, depriving prisoners of sleep, and screaming at them without reason. Those who resisted were punished, forced to clean toilets barehanded, or locked in small, dark rooms. By day 5, prisoners completely forgot it was an experiment. They believed they were real prisoners being punished for real crimes. The guards, they kept pushing limits, enjoying the power they held. Sound familiar? It mirrors how British colonizers controlled India, instilling fear and making people feel inferior. The Stanford prison experiment ended early because things got out of control. But even after all that, Zimbardo made an important observation. He noticed how prisoners were dehumanized, reduced to nothing but numbers. Think about this. Isn't it easier to kill a cockroach than hurt a human being? That's because dehumanization makes it easier to justify violence. In psychology, there's a concept called the slippery slope. It starts with small actions, like cheating on a test or breaking traffic rules. If left unchecked, these actions escalate. Before you know it, you might find yourself committing bigger crimes. Let me explain it in 3 stages. Grade 1 crimes, minor offenses like jaywalking, cheating, or littering. Grade 2 crimes, theft, assault, or vandalism. Grade 3 crimes, kidnapping or murder. If you don't control your behavior at grade 1, you slide down the slope to grade 2, and eventually to grade 3. There's also a grade S, standing by while witnessing a crime and doing nothing. One major reason for evil is power. Look at the Stanford experiment. Guards became abusive as soon as they gained authority. But the moment the experiment ended, they returned to being normal students. Examples like the Kolkata rape case or high-profile cover-ups show how power can lead to injustice. And let's not forget the Holocaust. Ordinary people became part of genocide, simply because they were following orders. Stanley Milgram's 1961 experiment proved this further. Participants were told to administer electric shocks to another person if they answered questions incorrectly. Even though it was fake, 66% of participants gave the maximum 450-volt shock. just because an authority figure instructed them to. So, what can we do to not become evil? 1. Control your thoughts. It's normal to have dark thoughts, but acting on them, that's a choice you control. 2. Imagine yourself as a hero. If you see a crime happening in public, don't wait for someone else to step in. Be the one who stands up. 3. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Remember, most heroes are ordinary people who choose to act. Every day, you'll face a choice to be good or bad. Choose wisely. And if you've watched this far, subscribe to the channel and hit the like button.